What's up you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Sorry, long time no video. I will explain later on in the video if you guys are interested. I'll put that at the end. But today we finally have an update for the LQ9 build. Now it's not going to be a super long video. I just want to go ahead and get you guys a good look at all the parts that we've got ready to go to the machine shop. I'm going to go ahead and have them assemble and balance the bottom end, and then we'll get it back and then we can go from there. I'll explain a little bit more later as well. Now I do want to start off with some of the bling because I am extremely excited for these new pistons that we went with. These are the Summit Racing LS Pro Series pistons. They are forged and beautiful. They are made of a 2618 aluminum. Now that's not as forgiving as the 4032, but this will hold more power. If you guys know anything about them, these do expand a little bit more once they are warmed up, so there's a little bit of a engine noise. I wouldn't say a knock, but if you drive a 5.3 you kind of know what I'm talking about. But they do have the coating on the skirts right there to help protect the cylinder walls, hopefully keep the friction down, and a little bit more longevity. These are a flat top. I did talk to a tuner that I have planning on tuning the truck once we boost it, and he said to go with the flat tops, and he's tuned with these pistons quite a bit with LSA Superchargers, and he really likes them. So I took his word for it, and we're gonna see how these work out. Moving on from the pistons, we have the bearings right here, the rod bearings. Now I will say real quick, I do have to complain, they were just kind of thrown in the box. They were actually individually all over the place. Only a couple of these boxes stayed together, so I had to dig through and find the bearings. Thankfully none of them were bent or anything. These are very strong. I love Summit Racing, love working with them. It was just kind of annoying that you spend that much money and they were just kind of tossed in there, and then the bearings were just exposed and all over the box. Other than that, like I said, none of them are bent. Now I don't want to completely put Summit on blast for all of this, but I am very honest on this channel with my experiences and what I like and what I don't like, and it was just kind of a bummer. Like I said, you spend that much money and these parts are just kind of all over the place. Now granted, that happens during shipping, I get it, but when you guys pack them, maybe put more than just like a strip of those air pillow packing things in there, and they'll be a little bit better. So maybe shipping does a little bit of more QC on it. That's the end of my complaint. The sales department, you guys were great. Now that my rant's over, we've got the camshaft bearings right here, the piston ring set, and I did decide to go with ARP main studs right here. No sense in throwing all that power, all that money at it, and then risking running the stock studs. So I got a set of these. That way we know we're good and safe. And then also I've got the ARP head bolts right here. Should be able to hold a lot of boost with no lifting of the head. Now we can move on to these bad boys right here. They are a forged H-beam connecting rod from Summit Racing as well. They're the Pro LS series. They do have ARP bolts right there, and I believe that these are good to at least 1200 horsepower, which is great because I plan on getting at least as close to that as possible as we can. Now, before some of you guys run to the comments and tell me you're not going to be able to get 1200 horsepower out of an LSA blower, I know we're not going to be able to get 1200 horsepower out of it, but I do plan on getting at least 700 to 800 horsepower out of a stock ported LSA blower, and then eventually upgrade to the Kong blower, and then we can get hopefully 1200 horsepower and then put this engine through all of the abuse, and it will be able to handle it. Because I've got some crazy plans for this truck and I cannot wait for you guys to see them. Now moving on from the connecting rods, we do have a GM high performance oil pump right here. I did get this from Texas Speed, and then we've got just a stock replacement water pump, water neck, all of that. Now I do have plans on upgrading to an electric water pump in the future. It's just right now trying to afford everything else, it's not really going to happen. So right now we just went with a stock replacement water pump. And now moving on to this box right here, we have LS3 MLS gasket, head gasket right here. Then we've got the ARP camshaft bolts, and then an LS2 timing set, sorry. And then we've got a full gasket set right here for the engine. I will say this was my first time working with Michigan Motorsports. They were super helpful, very fast shipping, and that's all I can say about them. They were great. Now we can move on to the Texas Speed Stage 1 LS3 Supercharger cam. I cannot wait to hear the truck chop again. Because dang, did she sound nasty. And that was with a Brian Tooley Stage 3 low lift cam. This is a high lift cam, so it should be even more gnarly. Now the cam aspects on this thing are a 223 intake, a 231 exhaust, a 629 lift, and then it's got a 115 LSA on it. So now it should have a little bit more low end on it than the previous cam because she was a bit of a dog, which we will not have to worry about because a little bit of a spoiler, we are doing a manual swap on the truck. I'm gonna leave you guys on a little bit of a cliffhanger with that transmission update right there. And we're gonna move on to the hardened push rods. Now these are stock length, and I'm more than likely gonna have to order different ones because I am gonna go with the Morales, what are they, the tie bar lifters on them, and I've got to check the height on them. So we're gonna hold those just in case, but once we get the heads on and everything, I am gonna measure them and see if we can use them. Now we can move on to these beautiful polished dual valve springs from Texas Speed. Now you will want to run these if you're running a high lift cam, and I might suggest even if you are running a low lift cam because of our previous engine situation. Got a broken valve spring. Get one last look at the carnage. Got the bent rods, broken valve. Unfortunately, pretty sure this rocker arm's done, which was not cool, and it was very expensive. So we'll be breaking into like what all happened with the engine, all that once we pull it from the truck. Anyway, moving on from that, it shouldn't have happened because it was just a low lift cam. I don't know if it was a factory defect. Either way, if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you guys are up to date on what happened. Then we've got these beautiful titanium retainers and the Texas Speed LS valve stem hats right here. I believe that once you do the titanium retainers, you can go up over 7,000 RPMs. I'm not sure if we'll be doing that, but either way, we have the capability. Then also down here, we've got the stock crank right now. I will be upgrading to a 10% overdrive pulley to add more boost in the future. Right now, I just wanted to get that crank on and then we can tune it. Because like I said before in the previous videos, we're gonna run it NA till it's broke in, and then we'll throw the supercharger on it. So this is the current update right here. All of this will be going to the machine shop. I don't have all the parts in front of us right here. Some are at the house, some are scattered about, but I just wanted to get you guys the main bit before I take it to the machine shop, and then we can't really see them anymore. And then up there, we've got the heads right there, and then the L92 intake manifold, which I will need to get the heads down, get them torn apart, and then take them to the machine shop as well. And if this is your guys' first time joining the channel or getting up to date with this build, we do have LS3 square port heads up there and an L92 intake manifold, like I just said. And we are gonna run it NA, break it in, get it on the dyno, and then go ahead, supercharge it, and then get it on the dyno, and then we can really see the power difference, which I hope it's a pretty large increase. And for those of you that stuck it out to the end, I wanna go ahead and give you guys a quick update. I did not give up on the channel. It kind of started off with, I had a heart procedure done way back months ago. Couldn't really do a whole lot. I was on blood thinners, got recovered from that, still kind of dealing with the issues, so we're gonna go have to see what's going on with all of that. Had some passing in the family member passed, and then yeah, just life kind of getting in the way right now, but we're getting everything figured out. I do have some more life update, which actually is a good news. In the future, I'll let you guys know what's going on. Life's changing a little bit, but I am gonna continue with the channel. I do apologize for the huge break. I have been looking for bigger shop space and everything, so that way we can get more projects going instead of just having to tear them apart and then put them back together, not get it done all the way. I want to be able to have enough space to have like a project torn apart until we can get it done, and then like multiple projects actually. That's the pipe dream right now. I'm really working on it. Yeah, I didn't want to talk you guys' ear off too much because there was already enough talking in this video. I do want to apologize for that, but I did just want to get this update video out to you guys, let you guys know what's going on, get you guys a quick look at all the cool parts that are going on, and then we just need to go ahead and get this to the machine shop. We'll get the engine back and go from there. I just want to go ahead and thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.